Welcome to the Women of Wealth Mastermind series. In these series of master classes, we go through and we tell you how you can increase your income streams through various online businesses. We are Women of Wealth Ventures, LLC, and we specialize in helping women achieve financial freedom through multiple streams of income. Here's our agenda for tonight. We'll go through our introduction, so we'll introduce the members of our company. We'll talk about who this mastermind is for. We will do a module on coaching, but then we'll talk about the main topic for this evening, buying a business, part 3, and then we'll talk about our mastermind. All right, let's go ahead and get started. WOW Ventures is comprised of 3 family members, and I'm going to let each person introduce themselves. I'm going to have my sister introduce herself and talk about her specialty. Go ahead, Tamaria.
Hello and greetings. My name is Tamaria Allen, and I am a part of the strategic force on WOW Ventures. I am an author, I'm a mom. I also have been an entrepreneur for several years. I've managed my very own website, and I've done a lot of things. For this particular company, we have 2 websites, and one is an affiliate marketing website, and I manage the affiliate marketing website. And then we also have a e-commerce site, and my mom and Kanika manage that site. I'm also a real estate investor, and I also do stocks and bonds. So I'm going to turn it back over to Kanika.
All right, thank you, Tamaria. My name is Kanika Bailey, and I'm in charge of technology for our company. I am a natural trainer and coach, and I thrive helping people understand and use technology. I have a publishing company. I also, as Tamaria said, run our e-commerce site along with my mother, who will introduce herself in a moment. And I'm also a real estate investor. I also invest in stocks and bonds on the side, mostly stocks and mutual funds. And I'm happy to be here. Now we'll turn it over to my mother, Linda Jackson.
Hi, I'm Linda Jackson. I'm mom to these lovely ladies, and I'm glad to be here also. I do the creative part when they need anything artsy, I do that, and also the finance part. I'm much better at the art part, believe me. I sew and I paint. I do anything artsy, craftsy, that's me. And I've done sewing for years and years and all kinds of projects from embroidery to machine embroidery to wedding gowns and just anything in between. So that's me. So I that does it. I guess I'll turn it over to Kanika.
All right, thank you. So we also run a mastermind because we want to help other women entrepreneurs succeed in business. And our mastermind, we'll talk about it a little bit more at the end, but we have some questions just to ask, is our mastermind right for you? If you've been thinking about joining a mastermind or you want to find out more information. So we have some questions for you to let you kind of decide if this is right for you. So the first question is, do you want more control over your finances? If you are ready to control the amount of money that you're bringing in, you want to move toward financial independence, then, and you can answer yes to this question, then our mastermind is right for you. Also, are you ready to put in the work? We are not promising a get rich quick scheme here. E-commerce and business and entrepreneurship takes work. It's very rewarding, but it's also work. And you have to be willing to put in the work. There are lots of opportunities out there now. Just technology is changing very quickly. And with that, there are tons and tons of opportunities for you to increase your income, add more income streams to your bank accounts and all of that. But it does require some work. So make sure you're ready to put in the work to do that. The third thing is, are you willing to embrace technology? What we do involves technology. We're taking advantage of the technological strides that have happened in the last few years. E-commerce is exploding, online businesses are exploding, and we're trying to embrace that technology and use it to our advantage to increase our income stream. So you have to be willing to embrace technology, and you have to be willing to embrace that change that comes with it as well. And then that brings me to the last point. Are you ready to change your mindset? Mindset is the key to being a successful entrepreneur. You have to think that you can do this. You have to think and believe that this is what you should be doing, that you have a right to be doing this, and that you can make money doing this. All of those thoughts play into how much you will succeed. As I mentioned, it's a lot of work. It's rewarding, but it can also be a lot of work. Your mindset will take you through those rough times when you feel like giving up. If your mindset is there, you'll be able to push through and get to that successful other side and continue to have that success. So your mindset's very important, and we help with that. So if you are willing to change your mindset, then yes, our mastermind could be a good fit for you. All right, so now we're going to turn it over to Maria so that she can talk about coaching. She's been telling us various things about coaching throughout this three-part series. This is our final part here. And she's going to close that loop and continue to talk about coaching and why it's important. So Maria, go ahead.
Certainly. So we have hired coaches, and we have hired coaches for various reasons. And our last coach we hired, she was helping us with limiting beliefs. And the reason why we hired her is because we wanted to get the results. And we identified that we had a couple of limiting beliefs that we could change in order to be more successful and to get better results. So one of the things that you want to do when you're looking for a coach is you want to find somebody who can help you get results. And a coach is going to not only provide a roadmap for you, but also help you to be more accountable. And I'll tell you, every time I work with a coach and we are scheduled to have an appointment, a meeting with the coach, I am scrambling to make sure that I get all of the things done that I need to get done in order to report back. Like, okay, so I did my work. That accountability is key, because sometimes when you don't have that accountability, you tend to procrastinate and you continue to let things go and go and go and go. But you need somebody there to say, hey, what happened to X? What happened to Y? Did you do this? Did you do that? Last time we talked about making these phone calls or doing these things. Did you do that? So that is another reason why a coach is important. And also, they give you feedback. So you really want to have somebody that's on the outside of you, helping you to navigate through your business challenges. Okay. And the reason why that's so important is because when you are working in your business, it's lonely. And sometimes most of the time, you come against obstacles that can be very discouraging. And have that person that's rooting for you, that's cheering you on, that is helping you to make it through all of these challenges. That's important to know that you have somebody that's on your side, that is on the sideline rooting for you, right? So in our last coaching session with our coach, um, she just really wanted us to win. She just was like, how you doing? How can I help you? What can I do to support you? And having her and her expertise and continuing to broaden our expertise and giving us her knowledge was just absolutely phenomenal. Learning what she learned, in a fraction of the time is a good investment of our money. So today I talked about getting results. You want to have a coach to help you to get results. You also want that accountability. You need to have somebody that is holding you to what you said that you were going to do, to make sure that you get it done so that you can get to the finish line, or continue to make progress forward, move your business forward. And then lastly, giving you feedback, giving you knowledge, giving you what they have so that you don't have to spend the time to go and learn what they've learned. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Kanika.
All right, thank you. Yes, I second what Tamaria was saying about our coach holding us accountable and making sure that we were on the right path, and helping us to course correct if we needed to. And it's just sometimes just talking through things with that other person leads you to so much insight and so much knowledge about yourself. And that's what a coach brings you. It allows you to have somebody else that's on the outside looking in, so that you can get to that next level. You can become that better person that you want to be. So definitely totally encourage people to get coaches for whatever you're trying to do. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our third part of Buying a Digital Business, part 3. And this is the third part of our series. So we talked about where you can find businesses. We talked about how you evaluate businesses. We talked about what kind of businesses are out there, reasons to buy a business. And just to give you a little bit of insight, the businesses that my sister mentioned at the beginning, our Amazon affiliate site and our e-commerce site, we actually purchased those businesses. And I listened to a podcast, and this was the whole reason that we started it. Is I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was being interviewed, and he said that he switched from flipping houses or real estate into flipping websites. And that was amazing to me because I didn't even know that you could do that. I'm like, what do you mean you're flipping digital assets? And he said that he flipped websites, much like you flip real estate. So, and the premise is, if you're not familiar with flipping real estate, you buy a house that is distressed. Maybe the owner is desperate to sell it. Maybe it's in some disrepair and it needs some love, some TLC to it. You go in, you buy it at a discount or a reduced price, and then you fix it up, and then you sell it. After you've added value to it, you sell it for a premium, hopefully. And it's the same concept with flipping websites. So you may buy a website or a business, an online business that has some potential, where you are able to add some value to it, and you turn around and you add that value, you get the monthly revenue up, and then you turn around and sell it. So that's one avenue. We are holding on to our businesses. We may sell them in the future, but right now we're holding on to our businesses. And I think it's very important, once you do purchase a business, to follow these steps that we're going to talk about now. So let's say that you've gone through and you've done your due diligence, and you've waited, and you've found a business and you've purchased it. What happens after that purchase? The first thing that you want to do is you want to get familiar with everything in terms of your website. Now, you, in a perfect world and everything, you've done your due diligence and you know as much as you can about the business, from the seller and just looking at the marketplace and all of that. Once you actually get the keys in your hand, you want to get familiar with every aspect of that business. Anything that you weren't able to get or access before the purchase, you immediately want to do that after the purchase. Make sure that you understand all the ins and outs and all that. If you have some documentation or some standard operating procedures from the seller, you want to go ahead and read those thoroughly to make sure that you understand. If you don't, if the documentation is not there, it's lacking or something like that, you want to start creating that documentation so that you have it, right? So start getting familiar with everything and start documenting everything, so that you're familiar with that business. Another thing that we advise and that we see out there is, if the site is working and generating income, don't make big changes right away, right? So you don't want to go in and totally make a lot of changes if it's working and it's generating income, because you're not going to know what changes worked, didn't work. If you change everything immediately, you're not going to be able to have any metrics on what's working and what's not working. And there's the potential that you could stop things from working. You could stop, you decide to just go in and overhaul the website and, say everything's not working like it was before, or there's something that was missed or something like that. So don't make big changes right away. Make sure, again, going back to that first step, that you get familiar with everything, and then you kind of decide what changes that you want to make. You want to really get familiar with the analytics for the site. So Google Analytics is going to be your friend. There are a lot of tools out there to look at the analytics, to analyze the traffic, to analyze your customers, and analyzing all of that information. So make sure that you're very familiar with that data, especially if you weren't able to get access to everything before you purchased, right? If you see a site that you've purchased that has some potential with social media, there's probably some opportunities for you to start either creating some social media accounts, or after you've taken over the existing social media, to maybe there are some other platforms that you can add. So you may want to get into doing something with TikTok, or, doing something with Pinterest or something like that. Just so that's a good place to start, is start promoting the site with social media. If there are employees or freelancers, you want to make sure that you get familiar with them, introduce yourself, and learn if they're staying with the business. If they've stayed after you've purchased the business, get familiar with them, sit down and talk to them. Talk about your vision for the site and talk about what they've been doing, and kind of their history with it, so that you learn more about this asset that you've purchased. So you want to work with them as soon as possible after you've purchased the business. And then, so after you've gone through these steps and you're developing a strategic growth plan, so that's the next thing that you want to do if you haven't done it already. It's possible that you may have started this plan before you purchased the business, but once you do it, you definitely want to develop a strategic growth plan, especially if you are planning on flipping the site and selling it, adding value to it and then selling it down the line. You do want to have a strategic growth plan in place. So, and that involves a few steps here. So the first step in doing that would be to solidify your current value proposition. So understand what value the site currently has and how that can be enhanced. So take a look at what the site is currently doing well and see if there's something, since you are a new person to this site and this business, what can you personally add as a value proposition to this currently running site? So that's what you want to evaluate, and you want to include in your strategic growth plan, what you can do personally to help grow the site. Make sure you evaluate your ideal customer. So look at your current customer and make sure that you're clear on who your ideal customer is. If you aren't clear on that, you can use your analytics to understand your ideal customer and see if there are some new ways to reach that customer. Again, this may go back to social media. If you know your customer is, showing more interest in TikTok or something like that, you might start marketing there and reaching out, finding different ways to reach your ideal customer. So you want to go in and evaluate your ideal customer, see if there's also some other ideal customers, some other demographics that you can reach, and add those to your ideal customer collection as well. Looking at your key indicators, you want to refine those, and you really want to evaluate those once you start making changes. Again, don't make big changes all at once. You want to make those changes unless there's some glaring things that you need to do, like you realize that you need to really overhaul the site, then go ahead and do that. But when you're doing these things, you want to make sure that you refine your key indicators so that you can see what's working and what's not working, and so that you can do more of what's working, and maybe not do so much of what's not working, or tweak what's not working to see if you can make it work for you. Then you want to also expand your revenue stream. So is there another revenue stream that you can add to this site? So for instance, if it's an e-commerce site and you're selling through a website, can you expand and sell on Amazon? Amazon is huge, and it's a new marketplace. So this could be sales. This could be a potentially good revenue stream for you just by evaluating whether or not you can sell on Amazon. On the other side of that, if your business is currently selling only on Amazon, maybe you want to look into expanding out and selling on some other marketplaces, or developing, say, a Shopify site where you can sell directly from the website. So those are some different things that you can look at to expand your revenue streams. Is there a complementary product that you can also offer if you're selling a product? Is there a service that is related to the product that you're currently selling that you can offer? So there's a lot of different ideas on how you can expand your revenue streams, but this is something that you can include in your strategic growth plan to increase the revenue of the site that you purchased. Also, the next point is to look to your competition. What is your competition doing? And is there something that you can emulate and do as well? So make sure that you look to your competition and kind of evaluate. There's also analytics that you can use to see what your competition's site traffic looks like and things like that. So you can look at your competition and see what they're doing and see what ideas you might adopt for your own business. Again, focusing on your strengths. So anything, you are a new person into this business, there are strengths that you have that maybe the previous owner didn't have. Focus on those strengths that you can bring to the table to increase the revenue and increase the growth of your business that you just purchased. And finally, the last thing that I want to point out is to invest in talent. So you don't have to know everything. You don't have to wear all of the hats in your new business. You can invest in talent so that you can get the business to that next level, and delegating some of those things that need to be done to someone that's an expert in that area may be, one of the best things that you can do to grow the business, because it's not you trying to learn how to do that certain thing and trying to get good at it. You're outsourcing this task to this person that's already an expert on it, and they're partnering with you and they're helping you grow your business. So don't ever discount investing in talent. A lot of times we want to, we think that the best person to do something is ourselves, and we don't feel like we can get any value from having somebody else do it. But it's something that you want to look into, because you can get something done in less time than it would take for you to do it or learn how to do it, and you're moving the business forward. So those are our ideas for developing a strategic growth plan once you've purchased a digital business. Now, just to talk a little bit about our mastermind. And for this year, we're recruiting for the 2021-22 year. And this is a year-long opportunity to build your business with a network of support. So We deal exclusively with women entrepreneurs. If you're looking to start a business, purchase a business, grow an existing business, this is the place for you. We're looking for a small group to network with, to support. And again, as Tamaria mentioned, there's the accountability. So you're in our mastermind. We're all accountable to each other. We're all rooting for each other. We're all encouraging each other. So everybody's accountable here. We do training. So trainings like this session that you just attended, we will do those regularly during our mastermind. This will allow you to grow your e-commerce business or whatever business you have. You may have a coaching business or something like that. These trainings and these sessions with other entrepreneurs will allow you to grow those businesses. You may find your next strategic partner in the group. And that's what the group is for, to help each other solve our challenges and encourage each other and all of that. So the last point here is that we are supporting, and we're offering support, and we're being supported. So it goes both ways. And that's what our mastermind offers. Tamari, did you want to add anything on to the mastermind discussion?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tremendous opportunity for you to come and to grow your business and to move forward. And as I talked about with the accountability piece and leveraging other people's knowledge, this is a tremendous opportunity for you to come in and get both of those things. And then also having the support and all of the things that my sister mentioned. Um, it's just a phenomenal circle of women coming together to support one another. And we would love to have you to join.
All right, thank you, Tamaria. All right, so that's the end of our presentation. Thank you for attending and watching. We have a self-paced mindset course called the Winning Mindset, and we have links down in the description below for that. If you're also interested in joining our mastermind, you can also click the link. You can join our Facebook group, and we've got links for all of that down in the description below so that you can find those. You can also subscribe to our channel and see the other mastermind classes that we've done around different revenue streams. So we have those resources out there for you. Just go ahead and join up and let us know. Join our mailing list as well. You can also join our newsletter, and we send out weekly updates via the newsletter. And there are links to our other masterclass courses that we've done. And so you've got all those resources there. You can also contact us and, let us know if you have any questions or anything like that. So we're happy to help. We wish you the best of success, and we wish you a winning mindset, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you everyone for attending. Have a wonderful rest of your week.
Bye.